All right, let's dive into the deep end now on your Thursday. It is back, Seattle Fleet Week, which celebrates the people who serve our great country, and thousands are expected to tour Navy and Coast Guard ships beginning today. That's going to happen on the Seattle Waterfront, and this all leads to Seafair weekend coming up this weekend. Kelly's on the patio right now with Captain Nicole Rankin with the U.S. Marine Corps. Beautiful weekend for this too, Kelly.
Oh my gosh, it is absolutely beautiful, and we were just talking about all the fun events that you get to go to as well. You'll be part of so many things throughout the day and throughout the weekend. Why don't we just start a little more about Fleet Week itself? What was this celebration about? How did it get started?
So it started as an annual tradition for maritime units to showcase the naval capabilities that we have, and then also interact with the local communities that we serve and that serve us as well too, and just foster that relationship.
What role does the U.S. Marine Corps play in that?
So we're part of under the Department of the Navy, and so we are a maritime force. And so again, we ride along with the Navy. We're part of the maritime force, and so we have a part in defending our nation's maritime battles as well too.
And a very exciting weekend. What are all some of the different events that you're participating in?
Yeah, so at Pier 46 over by the Coast Guard base, there's going to be the parade of ships and ship tours. The Marine Corps is also going to be displaying some of our assets that we have. Also going to have the Marine Corps Band playing at a couple locations throughout the city. They're going to be at the Space Needle today until 12 o'clock, and then they'll be at Pier 46, and then later today, and then Genesee Park throughout the rest of the week for Seafair and the air show.
A very long commute for you to make it from here to the Space Needle.
I know, just right across.
Watch for traffic. I know it must be a lot of fun having so many service members around and in town for one event. What does it mean to you to really bring the community together like that, specifically of service members?
Yeah, so I mean, one thing, like, this is great exposure for us to get out in the community, but then also just to build the relationships with the local communities that serve us and that we serve as well too, and just foster those relationships with the local people, businesses, and everyone that we're interacting with on a day-to-day basis.
I would imagine with such a visible presence of all the service members, it provides a very good opportunity for recruitment. How important is that, and how do you kind of develop that over the course of the weekend?
Yeah, so I mean, our main goal is one, like I said, exposure, but then also just hopefully having a positive impact on someone that we interact with, showing maybe a different side, the different capabilities and all sorts of different backgrounds that Marines come from, and then jobs that are available in the Marine Corps, and really just public outreach, and then just showing us who we really are. So,
what inspired you to get into it?
I've got family in the Marine Corps, and then always wanted to, do something bigger than myself, travel the world, do some interesting jobs, do something where I can interact with.
Well, very nice. If someone does want to join the military, and especially some of our young folks, what kind of advice would you have for them in pursuing that and some of the right steps to take?
I'd say the first thing is contact one of your local recruiters. We've got them all throughout the states, all the different cities. Come ready with questions. They're more than willing and ready to answer any question that you throw at them, and then just have an open mind, and
All right. Well, I don't know how you get much better than this. I mean, we got sunshine, blue sky, Blue Angels, and Fleet Week. But let's talk about, what is your personal favorite part about Seafair Fleet Week?
Mine is just being able to get out in all the events. So the Seafair, we're also going to have our F-35 Marine Corps Squadron out there as well too. So we'll get to see some of our own aircraft flying out there right before the Blue Angels every day. But then just getting out, interacting with the public, seeing everyone that we run into on a day-to-day basis. So.
Do you get a special viewing spot for all the fun?
We have our own little booths that we set up there. So at all the locations, you'll see Marine Corps tents and all of us out there having fun. Maybe challenging you to some pull-ups to see how and get some free swag out of it as well.
I think you got me beat. These guns don't do many pull-ups here. All right, Captain Nicole Rankin, thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the weekend.
All right, thank you for having me.
Thank you also for all of your service.
Thank you.
We'll send it back to you, Steve.
All right, how many pull-ups do we think we can do, Kelly?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't do many pull-ups. Trust me, I always wanted to. You know the presidential fitness test they have you do in middle school?
Absolutely.
I did everything else. I ran the mile. I did whatever the other things we could do. You get to the pull-ups, not a one.
You know what? I couldn't do them either, so I'm in the same boat with you. So they're hard. They're hard.
I bet you were probably pretty good at the pull-ups. You got the pull-ups on the
I had to get there. Yeah, I had to get there. Everyone, we all got to work for it.
Okay, so we all got to work for it. We're all just human, Steve.
Yes, it takes time. It takes time. All right, thank you, and certainly thank the captain for her service and all of the sailors who are in town and the Coast Guard members who are coming into town. I don't know if we can show the live picture of the Seattle waterfront. I'm putting our director on the spot here, but we have seen some of those ships that are sort of lining the Seattle waterfront right now. Might not be able to make it out in this shot here in particular, but yeah, some of them are stationed right along the waterfront right there near the Great Wheel. And if you haven't had that chance to go and check out some of these ships in person, do take up that opportunity. It's really cool to see them up close. Here's one right here. And you can see how some of those sailors work with some of that equipment that's on board those ships, the Coast Guard too. And it's certainly great to have all of them here in Seattle for Fleet Week, gearing up for Seafair this coming weekend.